All right, hello wine drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday. Our friends from one of my favorite wineries from Sicily. I just love to say the name of this. Donnafugata. We're in to see us, and we started out with a little Anthelia, which is a blended white, a Catarato and Anzolina, and they got some really unique whites in Sicily. And let me tell you, you want unique white wines, there's no better country in the world than Italy, and mainly because of the price. It's amazing how inexpensive these wines are. 17.25, and really light and refreshing. Got a bouquet of citrus like tangerine and green apple blossoms, and on the tongue, really light texture of skim milk, a little bit of briny, minerally character coming out along with that zesty tangerine citrus. Very good little unique white from Sicily, the Anthelia. All right, the Grillo, which is the grape varietal, and they've been making Grillo for 150 years. This is a very typical grape varietal, and the only thing I don't like about this wine, it's got a plastic cork. It still has some nice fruit to it, that pear and pineapple citrus, and Grillo's got a nice texture to the tongue. Really tangy wine with that pineapple citrus and a notes of kind of chalky, minerally character at the end, but very easy drinking. A really nice little example of Grillo at 17.75. And then the Zebibo, which Zebibo is it's a local name for Moscato there, and this is from the island of Pantelleria, the same place they make this Ben Rey wine, and this wine has got a really pretty nose, and lychee and melons and orange blossoms, white peach, and nice floral quality to the finish here too, but not overly floral. A nice ginger spice there and a good amount of fruit there as well. Nicely balanced dry style of Zebibo or Moscato. All right, the Chiaranda Contessa Entellina Chardonnay, and this is a particular DOC for this area in Sicily, because we had another one of these wines with this Contessa Elenella for the Rosso. I guess there's a couple different classifications of this, and this wine's aged like a Brunello, actually. Well, it's only 6 months in oak, but the rest of the time in bottle for 5 years, released 5 years after the vintage. 2010 vintage Chardonnay. Wow. And they own 97% of this DOC, so there's maybe a reason why you don't see it too often, because it would only be on Donnafugata. Anyways, this one's got a good amount of ripe tree fruit, that lemon drop candy, kind of a crushed rock-like mineral character on the nose, really nice richness to the palate, nice honey character, texture of whole milk, and a good amount of that tongue-tingly acidity, and that intense mineral notes on the finish. Excellent juice at $41. All right, the Sidara from Donnafugata, the red wine made from Nero d'Avola mostly. It's got a little Merlot, Cabernet, and Syrah in the blend, really lighter style red, with a bit of a smoky kind of meatier note to that plum and dark cherry fruit. Very smooth and easy drinking wine, but has some character and distinction to this wine, more than just a quaffer. A very good little entry-level Sicilian red at 17.25. All right, and then the Tancredi Sicilia Rosso, which is Cabernet, as a result of their friendship to the great Robert Mondavi, and who encouraged them to do that when he visited them 30 years ago. And this wine's got 32% Nero d'Avola. The rest is Tannat. And you get a little bit of that wildness from the Tannat in this wine. A very intense bouquet, dark plum, fine herbs, kind of saddle leather, smoked meaty notes. Big and chewy wine on the tongue. It's a little bit rough around the edges, but it's got that dried meat and that mocha character all the way through the finish. Some nice acidity here. An excellent little wine. Very unique at $41. All right, then the Milanote Contessa Edinella Rosso. And this is their big boy Nero d'Avola, 90% anyways. And then they've got some other relic grapes, they call them, or grapes that they don't know what they are. Nobody else would, so there's no point in putting their names on there. And they've been experimenting with these heirloom varietals. And this one's got a really incredible bouquet. It's like dried herbs, wild flowers, that smoky campfire wood, dried meats, dark berry and plum fruit. Really big and complex. Even better on the second day. Big and chewy on the tongue. This wine's got a good amount of tannins, but solid core of fruit here. This wine just needs time. This 2008 vintage, still young. That smoked meaty cocoa notes coming through on the finish. Most excellent juice at $78.50. And then one of our favorite dessert wines, the Ben Rey. How do you say it? I don't know. It's Arabic. I guess the Arabs were in control of this island off the coast of Sicily for a while, and thus the name of this wine is pronounced a little differently than most of us here in the U.S. would pronounce it. Anyways, they dry the grapes in the open air, and they have a very strong wind here. So just like the Amarone, they do it in the open air, but here, because of the wind, it happens a lot quicker. Let's say in a week or just a few weeks instead of a few months, 3 weeks, I think it said. And this is 100% Moscato de Alexander, which is that Zabibo grape. And this wine, it's got a beautiful nose of dried fruits, apricots, dates, honeyed peach notes, and flowers. Really pretty bouquet. On the tongue, this wine is syrupy, rich, and sweet, but has got wonderful acidity. The hallmark of all great wines, they finish dry and leaving the tongue thirsting for another glass. Most excellent juice. At $39.75, that's what we had to drink with our friends from Donnafugata. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying, remember, always drink the good stuff first.